everyone, and welcome back to Yosemite Valley. Yes, indeed, we are back here in the Evergreen project in Planet Zoo. Welcome to a little update that I wanted to give you guys. And you can see one thing already. I am in this Target Cam mode, and in fact, I am also in play mode. And you can see it is somewhat doable, and that is already the first information I wanted to give you. I did do a little bit of testing, and I figured, you know what, we have to go on with this project. You know, there's a couple of things we need to do in the future, but it's not ended yet. I know there are so many people out there who are fans of this series, so for those of you who just jumped in lately to my channel, this is my project that I have done since the very beginning of Planet Zoo. This is the only park I have had that survived all of the DLCs and that actually feature content from all of the DLCs. We have changed so many things, a lot of things during the time, improved things, changed areas, made sure that everything works. And this park is located in Yosemite Valley, as in my mind, this is the area where we would have this zoo. And now what I did change a couple of things. So we need to talk about what is happening in the future and how I want to proceed with that project, because as you know, there is still one thing missing, and that is the big final tour. We've had a couple of episodes lately to bring in the Africa DLC stuff. I actually had a live stream as well where we were talking about this, but you guys are missing a big tour, and the problem was that the performance was really not there. The performance was really not good enough to do a tour. Now what I did is basically I made sure that everyone is out of this zoo. I fixed most of the issues. I made sure that the traversable area and so on with most of the animals is just somewhat fine. But all in all, it improved the performance, as you can see, dramatically. It is definitely doable. It is definitely enjoyable. This is the lemur half dome over here, one of the most favorite builds and still one of my most favorite videos on the channel when we talk about performance and stuff. They are doing weird movements, but yeah, so this is where we are, and I just wanted to go to one area in order to show you what I changed, and then we will stay there and I'm going to talk you through what is going to happen. So today is going to be like a laid back, a little update video. I hope you guys are interested in that. You will see some things, because before we actually are where I'm heading, you are going to see some things. So see that as like a little bit of a tour. It's kind of a mini tour if you want, and yeah, there will be a lot of stuff that you guys will be able to provide. So there's a lot of cool things I have planned for the future with this project. However, I want to pay justice to this project. So here's already the first information. You won't see the tour quite soon. The tour will happen as soon as we might get a big update at the end of the year. Now, my plan is to hopefully wait for birds. I really do hope we'll get a birds DLC. If this is gonna happen, you can actually be safe that I will use this and we will bring in birds into Yosemite Valley, because what would this be without birds, right? I put the aquatic stuff in here, I put all the updates in here, so this is definitely something that is required. So yeah, at the end of the day, I will definitely wait for the birds update to be implemented. And since I'm hoping that Planet Zoo will get a little boost from that around the Christmas days, I hope that's gonna be where it is, I will then sit down here for a couple of days and give you guys the final tour right in that area around the Christmas DLC time, holiday season, simply because I think this will be the time where the performance of this game might get its last peak before we get into, I don't want to call it maintenance mode, but effectively that is what is going to happen. It is somewhat of a maintenance mode, simply because once birds are there, I guess there is nothing major that, that was autosave, by the way, major that is going to be implemented. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you can actually expect from the time that's going to happen. Now you can see I changed a couple of things over here. There are loads of trees more. Oh, look at this sideline. Oh gosh, I just love the views in this zoo. I love them. Like, everything is, it just came alive after so many things we changed. Actually, for the final tour, I will try to at least get 1,000 or like 2,000 guests or so in the zoo, and seeing, I'm gonna check if this will change the performance dramatically or if we can get away with it, because at this point the zoo feels a little bit lifeless without guests in here. We had at the time 13,000 people in the zoo, and this also might have been one of the main reasons why the performance was potentially not that great. But yeah, so this is one of the areas I wanted to go, but I will most likely stay here real quick. Okay, so this is where I'm going to stay. I'm going to move my mouse down here so it's vanishing more or less in there. Oh no, you know what, we are going to the bridge. We're going to the bridge section over there, because then we can actually see some animals. Now I will also have to say that there are a couple of things in this project I'm not really entirely happy with, but I made myself a list of things that I want to fix and things that I don't want to fix. So there are things like, guest management, staff management and stuff like that I won't really dive into, because that's basically ridiculous for this project to solve. However, there are a couple of little edges in the zoo that I want to fix, things that are a bit too edgy, that don't look finished and stuff like that. So I will potentially have one episode which is only fixing things, and I know that some people actually love that stuff a lot. Fixing things is brilliant. Then I will definitely have to focus on the animals. So for example, you can see there is our wonderful king penguin habitat, and I know that I have to fix a lot of things. Let me just quickly run over here and see if they have the same issue. Oh, they don't. They don't really have the same issue. They are diving, because the other animals, the other penguins, they do have like a little bit of an issue. Oh my god, there's still an African penguin in here. I need to get rid of that one, because they have their own little habitat now. Okay, I'm gonna run onto the bridge though, just to give you the wonderful view of that area. There you go. This is where I wanted to go. Now this is what I'm talking about. Let's put the half dome with the elephants in front in the frame before we talk. Okay, so before we talk a little bit more freely, I'm going to show you this. Okay, so this is the overview, and you can see there are 98 problems with the animals, and in particular those 30 down here is very weird indeed, simply because I am on full creative mode settings, which means that they should not have all these issues whatsoever. I still don't really get why they have these issues in the first place, simply because there are enough keepers in the zoo to do the job and bring them food. I tried everything by resetting, the creative sets or whatever, and just enabled and disabled all the settings. It just didn't do the job. So really at this point, I'm a little bit clueless of how I can get rid of them. I mean, I could just disable the alerts, but if I'm going to release this to the workshop, I really want you guys to be able to explore this zoo. Also, this is why I'm trying to make the performance somehow work better. I'm getting rid of a couple of things that I do believe that they make the performance worse. And I also hope that when we are getting a bird update, like an aviary update or flying update, I have no idea how they would call that. I think, if they continue with the pattern that they started, it must be the aviary pack, I guess. That might make the most sense, I guess. So that is what we are looking at. But yeah. So what's the timeline for the next couple of weeks? Let's talk about that. So you've seen lately that I had a lot of fun doing these dioramas, right? And the dioramas will most likely remain a little bit of a thing on this channel. Also, I'm kind of annoyed by the light. Let's just change that a little bit. So this is, there you go. This looks a lot better. There you go. I'm quite sure that the dioramas will remain a little bit of a part. I can already tell you that there is Planet Coaster also coming around the corner at some point. There is a certain game called Jurassic World Evolution 2 that might play a role in the couple of next month as well. And Yosemite will receive a overhaul in terms of playability. I don't want to call this anything else, because there's not going to be a fully fledged episode till we have brand new content that would fit this zoo. And this is one of the other things we have to talk about. So I think it's pretty much, can also please, the sirens all out there, what's going on? Like there's, oh my god, there's like so many like fire cars and firefighter cars and police and Something happened. I don't know what that is. Anyways, I hope you didn't hear that because it was super loud at this point. Now, we have to talk about one thing that could also happen, and this is the next DLC could offer animals that go well into this project. Now, there has been rumors in the community that potentially the next update is going to be a Northern American update or DLC. However, I know for certain that in the past we had some evidence of potential packs, pieces in code, people did some digging in the files, people did find some evidence on other channels, whatever. This time around, this is a pure guess and maybe also like a very hard desire of the community, but there is like no evidence whatsoever what the next pack is going to be. The only thing is that we know for certain there is going to be a next pack. Frontier has said that the support is going on and is going to continue, and also they are looking for new producers and developers, especially for Planet Zoo, on their website, so we can 100% ensure that there is going to be a next DLC. And following the Frontier pattern, we also know which kind of time frame this is about, so we will receive an autumn update or late summer update, which is going to be the next DLC, and then we will get the holiday DLC, hopefully bigger one, at the end of the year. Now, as I said, it is a little bit dependent on what this next DLC is. Given that I also love to explore new stuff, you can ensure that as soon as the pack is known and we know that this is not 100% fit for Yosemite, I won't bring in things in this project, because this would actually make it worse, not better, simply because it's just already completely filled in. We will also fly up into the air at the end of the episode just to give you an overview, but it is really not doable to put in even more. What I will do though is I will exchange some animals. So and this is what I need your help for at the end of the episode, couple of things I will actually need your help for, so stick with me till the very end, because you guys can first of all be part of this project, which is pretty great, and you can obviously also give me a lot of constructive feedback and so on. Now, here's the deal. I really do not want to bring in more habitats. Simply, there is no space. That means if there is an animal in a future pack that suits this park very well, we have to exchange that for another animal. So you guys have to tell me which animal we could get rid of. This obviously goes most of all to the people who know this project by heart, but again, I will do a little flyover later on and you can see what types of animals we have in here. Now, then the next bit is, if the next DLC is super fitting, like the Northern American one, we potentially might add one single more habitat, which, I think there's not more in this park to honestly, dig out of it, because there's just not much more space. So yeah, these things we have to keep in mind, and then at the end of the year, when I hopefully have a little bit of time, I will prepare the final tour. And this is the next point where I will need your help for. I have absolutely no idea how I should do the tour, because it will most likely be 3 hours something. So I guess a 3-part thing would be nice. On the other hand, no one will watch 3 episodes of a tour for Yosemite Valley. So my idea was to cut it down to maybe make it like a vlog style kind of thing, which means, that I'm actually basically cutting from habitat to habitat and we don't have the walking in between. I don't know. If you have an idea, let me know in the comments down below, because honestly, I have none. But yeah, so that should be enough for staying in here. Let's fly out of Tejet Cam and go. Well, I can actually pause the game here to have even more performance. So this is the full project, the full overview of the zoo. I'm just going to try to find the best light setting, which is very hard to get in that project. Something like this is fine. Anyhow, so this is the full scale of the zoo, and we know that we have this area over here, the top hand part with the parking stuff and so on. Obviously, this is lost space. There is basically the red panda over here and the giant panda in this habitat, but anything else, there's nothing. We could potentially put some exhibits in here, because we do really not have that many exhibits at all in this entire project. We have the big bison fields here, we've got the pronghorn here, we've got the lemur dome in this area, we've got the tortoises here, then this is our monkey forest where we have the chimpanzee house, and we do also have the Dall sheep in this area. There's like a Dall sheep area on this rocky facade here. Then we have the night house with the Chinese pangolin, with the anteater, with the tapir, with the aardvark in there as well. We've got the king penguin here. We've got, oops, first of all, we've got a big lag here. Then we have the Siberian tiger on this hand side. We have the wonderful lion, the West African lion here. We've got the snow leopard here. We've got a empty habitat, which used to be the lynx habitat, but now it is empty, simply because I didn't do any mods for Yosemite, because I want to release it and no one should have a struggle with all these things. So we can repurpose that one at some point. Or is there any actually animal? I remember we did do some repurposing. This could be the Formosan black bear in here, right? I have no idea if there's animal in here. I think at the point there is no animal in here. Oh well, if you guys have an idea, you can still tell me. So yeah, we've got a leopard here. In that one, is that right? Is that the leopard? No, that's not the leopard. This is the, what is in here? The cheetah is here, the cheetah. There's the cheetah in this habitat. And then on this hand side, we have the elephant, the African elephant. We've got the camels, we've got the tropical domes in which we have the orangutans, we have the pygmy hippo, we've got the capuchin monkey, we've got the Nile monitor, a couple of animals in there as well. We've got a restaurant here, then we have the jaguar, the Black Panther creek, so to say. Then we do have our friends, the seals in their wonderful habitat, the gray seal, like they have like their kind of show pool area here and the more natural area in the back, which I'm still a crazy fan of this layout. Like this layout is still of one of my most favorite layouts I've ever done of a habitat. Like, not gonna lie, this is the stuff I love Planet Zoo for. We've got the crocodiles here, we've got the caiman also somewhere hidden. Where's the caiman? Wait a second. The Cayman Caves is here. We've got the grizzly bears with their barrier introduction program. We've got the otters here. We've got the wolves in the back here, so quite a lot of this. Then we have got our big aquarium, which doesn't really feature any animal at all, simply because we have no fully marine animals. So that's kind of a fully fictional thing. Maybe in the future we'll get an update that might make use of this one, but then I would need to completely redo the build. But you know what? If so, I'm gladly doing that. Again, this is the Africa area, which again I'm more than happy with as it is right now. We've got the fennec fox here, the meerkat, the African penguin, the mandrill now has its own new area. We've got the ape house with a lot of different ape species in. We've got the kangaroo here, we've got the koala in this area, we've got the reindeer and the peafowl in this wonderful area that Haribo did, the more national park area. We've got an empty habitat over here, which could potentially be at some point a beaver habitat. You know, if we get a beaver, that would be one with a little canyon down here where you can go. And then we have our big African savanna habitat with like the giraffes, the ostriches, the new rhinos and the old rhinos, and I still don't know why I've got the African rhinos, the Asian rhinos in here, the Indian rhinos, whatever you mean, whatever you know what I mean. The buffalo is in there as well. Whew, it's quite crazy, guys. It is quite crazy. I really hope that we can fulfill what this project is really set out to be, and this is one of the greatest zoos ever created in this game. At least I'm very happy with how it stands right now. Again, this is something I have been building from the very beginning, and I don't know, it just was too much fun to completely end it now. It felt good to be free of it for a couple of weeks, so to say, but then I already felt, you know, yeah, it just kind of pulled me back. It just screamed my name, you know. It haunted me in my nights and was in my dreams. No, I'm just kidding. But it just really feels good to every now and then be back in this project and do something. So again, if you guys want to support me on this project, please let me know in the comments some of your feedback. What kind of animals do you think is desperately missing in this project? Whether it's already in the game or it might be a future addition to the game. Let me know. If there's anything you think we should improve in terms of, you know, which animal we feature where, also let me know. Then, if if there's any animal for a potential North American pack, what would this be, what you would love to see in here 100%. And if we need to exchange an animal, you now had the tour of what we have, what would you change? Which animal would you get rid of? Oh, by the way, we forgot totally this area here with the lemurs. Oh no, we had the lemurs, right? And no, we had this. Okay, king penguin. No, okay, we had this area. Sorry, I thought we forgot about this, but we didn't. Now, yeah, so if you guys could help me out with this one, that would be amazing. And then there's one last thing, and I really thought about that for a long time. But since a couple of people already did join the channel via the new membership option of 99 cents only, I thought, you know, there has to be something I want to reward you with. And, you know, happy news for you guys. I will make like a dedication walk of fame, so to say, to make actually this beginning part here a little bit more nice. So if you want to be featured in this area here, like as kind of stones that go onto the ground with your name, you can do this by becoming a member of the channel. Or, this is the next thing we have, provide a sign for this zoo. And by sign, I mean these kind of road signs, you know, that hint into an area. If you do like a little blueprint out of this one and send this to me via email, you can find the email on the YouTube channel, or you just use the one that I tell you now, which is rudy.rencampbell@googlemail.com or gmail.com, whatever you like. You can send it over and use it. And everyone who's contributing and the blueprints I'm using are becoming a member. And again, it doesn't matter how much, you can use the 99-cent membership, the $4.99, or I added a new one which is $2.99, which I hope is free when you watch this video. It's just an additional support for the channel. You don't need to, don't you worry about it. I'm happy about every single viewer. We have so many people that are already part of this project by providing wonderful billboards, by providing wonderful things, and you know, there will be a lot of dedication I have to do at the very end, and this will be this area here with some stones, walk of fame stones, so to say, in this upper area, and this will be great. So if you guys want to be part of it, this is how you can do this, but you can also just support the channel if you fancy doing this. I'd be more than happy with this. Again, that frees me a little bit from the pressure. Well, pressure is the wrong word, but it frees me a little bit from looking too much after the views, and so I can do some more crazy projects that, you know, make us all more happy, to be honest. That's what we all need. We need this crazy stuff, right? I love it, you love it, so everyone wants this, and we can continue doing crazy stuff like this. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's update. I know it's, you know, kind of a little bit of a different one, but I have something great for you tomorrow. There's going to be a new diorama, which took a little bit longer than expected. So this is why there's only one diorama for the weekend. I wanted to do two, but I just didn't get this done. But this one is great. Please keep your eyes on the channel for tomorrow. That's going to be a great one. Yeah, that's about it. I talked a lot, way too much for an update. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's update of Yosemite Valley. Loads of information. Please make sure to be very active in the comment section down below. That helps the most. And if you are new to the channel, you like the content, please consider subscribing. That helps me out as well. And now, have a wonderful Saturday, have a wonderful weekend, and stay safe, everyone. Goodbye.